to learn to draw a 3D cylinder. So to do a cylinder, we're going to think about how when we look at a stool or something from the top, it looks round. But if we begin to look at it from the side, like we're not looking down straight on, but we're looking at it from the side, it begins to look more like an oval. So I'm going to draw an oval. And then I need to make exactly that same kind of oval again, but I'm going to start by drawing the sides straight down from these outside edges. And then I need to do exactly that same oval again. If it's solid like a can, and I can't see all the way through, I could stop there. You could imagine that the rest is back there. If it's a glass and I can see through, then I could very lightly, almost dotted line, draw it like that. Now I'm going to do a little something up here. If I have an oval like that and I go straight across here, it just doesn't look quite right because these two lines need to be parallel. If I draw an oval like this and draw down, and then this one is just sort of a gentle curve, a little bit happy curve, and I go, oh, super happy curve. This doesn't look right either because these two are not parallel. So these lines need to be parallel just like these lines are parallel. I'm going to put my sun on the same side again. And we're going to treat the top and the sides differently. And that's important because they are different. If you have a cylinder, you have the top and the sides, and the sun hits them, or the light hits them differently. We're going to start down here. The sun is here, so the lightest side is going to be this side, and the darkest side here. And again, like I did with my sphere, I'm going to use curvy lines. I'm going to do them kind of light. Got a little bit dark there at the bottom, but I'm going to do them kind of curvy, light lines, going almost all the way across. They're not filled in yet, but it's a good start. I'll be adding layers. You can see that when I got to this top, my hand was still going about the same curve as the curve of the edges. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to go not quite as far. This time I went to here, I'm going to go to here. I'm not going to make a really straight line down, but just as I do it, go back and do it again. Curvy lines again. Filling a little bit more. So I've got a light value, and I'm getting into a medium value. All the way down. Now I'm going to do it again. I'm going to change my direction this time. I find it a little easier. I'm going to only go this far. So the first time to here, second time to here, now I'm going to go back to here. I don't want a completely straight line, or it looks like I just have stripes of like maybe different colors or different values. And you can start to see it's starting to really fill in, look good. Now I do need right here along this edge to be really dark. So I'm going to go make sure that right along there, it's super dark. You'll also notice that I'm using a regular pencil that's pretty dull. Sharp pencils don't work as well for adding value. Okay, if I get a little beyond the edges, I can just erase those. You go back, and I'm going to lightly put with the lightest yet. You make it go a little bit further. You can do it on top, and it's going to start to fill in some of those places. It's my lightest one yet. Almost to the edge this time. I like to do this one later, not right at the beginning. It helps me get my lines in there, and I can feel like I've got the most control. I'm all warmed up. All right. Now I'm going to go back and look. Are there any places that don't look quite right? Like here, it's really open. So let's fill in this a little bit more. And I'm going to add a little bit more with a back and forth motion right by this edge line so it blends in more where it's not just a stripe. I don't want that to look like a stripe. So if I go back and add that, I could add a little bit more in here to help blend that in a bit more. And And keep going. Just a little bit more there. And that begins to really have that 3D look. I love to do this, so if it were me, I would probably spend another 15 minutes just going around, gently adding a little bit more here and there, smoothing it out. Let's talk about the top. Remember, if it's a cylinder, we've done the part that's going this way, and we're going to do the top, so it doesn't come up and around the corner. This is its own thing. So now we're going to kind of like the cylinder, we're going to have a dark part far away from the light that comes around like this. It follows the shape of that oval all the way to the edge. It gets lighter as it comes in. Again, using those curvy lines. Ugh, that's feeling awkward. I need to turn my paper so my curvy lines feel like they go with my hand better. And they're going to get lighter and lighter as I get closer to this edge where the light of my sun or light source, light bulb, whatever it is. Look how I kind of do a circle in there at the end. You go back. Get a little crumb underneath. It's making a bump on my paper. Fill in so there are no white spots. I don't have to push hard. I do want to fill in the white spots. Like I have this little line here that's a little lighter between my lid and my other. I kind of like that. It looks like the lip of the can, so I'm going to leave that. I am going to fill in right here next to the edge of that. And just like I kind of like that lip here, I'm going to make this just a little bit darker right here, like it's the part that goes in at the top of the can. Okay, my finger's still dirty from my cylinder. Give it a little shading. Blend those a bit. I'm going to just take all that smudgy stuff and I'm just lightly along here going to put a little bit of it so that it's a different value than my paper. I'm going to go around. Look how I use my finger to go around this in following the directions. And again, I'll just put a little smudge right there in the middle. And that is our cylinder.